Hello, YouTube friends. It's me, Damien. You're you. We're back with another Doom Patrol reaction. This is episode 3, Paint Patrol. The last episode, episode 2, was Time Patrol. It was a very, very fun episode. We got to see Dr. Time, see his cool mustache on his head. We saw his head get pulled off by Rita and brains splattered everywhere. That was a ton of fun. We saw Candlehead, which was... I guess I've learned since then that it's Candlemaker, one of Dorothy's imaginary friends. I also learned a little bit more information about Dorothy. I found out that she is similar to Jane in a lot of ways, where she has a lot of imaginary friends, quote unquote. But with Dorothy, she's able to bring these friends to life, as opposed to Jane, they kind of just take over that one body, which makes Dorothy very dangerous, of course. We saw them trying to, like I said, we went to Dr. Time to try to get the continuum. There was a little bit of a side story there also with Vic and him going to therapy and him talking with that girl, and something might be going on there. And then also Larry. We know we all love Larry here, and it was pretty heartbreaking to see what he went through and his son and finding that letter. And overall, really, really good episode, which is why I love the show so much. I know it's a typical thing to say, like the show made you laugh, made you cry, made you do this, made you do that, but this show, there's just so much stuff happening all the time. You're like, you don't know what's gonna happen in these ones. So this is episode 3. This is Paint Patrol. Today is Saturday. I know I mentioned this, I think in episode 1 or episode 2. I was trying to get these episodes like recorded and edited pretty quickly. So I recorded episode 1 and 2 on Thursday when they aired, and I spent most of Thursday night, all of Friday, trying to get that video exported. It's up on the channel now, obviously. But like, my computer is not that great, and my computer probably crashed maybe 6 or 7 times trying to export the video, and I tried to export it as different video files and stuff like that. I just have a pretty old computer. It's about 5 years old. It was a pre-built BC when I got it. But finally, last night the video exported fully. I was able to get it uploaded, and it's on the website for you. So hopefully my computer is able to work with it a little bit more as I edit these last couple of videos for this week. Like I said, this week is going to be crazy because it's 3 episodes at once. Versus next week, it'll just be 1 episode and I can edit that quickly. Again, hopefully there's no exporting issues. But that's why that video went up a little bit late. After I edit this one, or after I record this episode, I'm going to edit episode 2 right after. Hopefully get that one up right away. Thank you guys with your patience with all that. And let's go ahead and get started. Well, that was another thing too. They were like with Jane in the underground, and her kind of unsure if she could be the primary. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to play out. Get to see a young Niles, a little lad. Was this the demon from... Oh, this is a screenshot I seen. I don't know his name though. That music is pretty wild. I like his design. That's a really cool design. Oh my god. Okay, so those are the butterflies. There was butterflies going around Larry at the end of the last episode. Get your thinking caps on. I don't think that'll taste good.
Dorothy, won't you give us a minute, please?
Come, Dorothy. Let's go.
Yeah, his hand's probably slow from when he touched Dr. Time's brain.
It was way better than you. Because my kid didn't grow up to be a monster who could destroy the entire world.
Damn, Cliff.
Daughter, a monster
Jesus.
again.
And you'll do what? Huh? What more could you possibly do to me?
It's true.
Why does Cliff hate you so much? Did you do something wrong?
Yeah, I've learned that Dorothy's got some pretty wild imaginary friends she can summon.
Are those?
So I'm assuming these butterflies are attached to that guy
It can't be.
that attacked
Dorothy, no.
Niles. I like this guy already.
What does it?
I don't really know anything about him.
I've been invited to a dinner with the divine Red Jack.
Red Jack.
What I preferred.
That looks like Larry's bandage.
Yeah, he has Larry.
This isn't an invitation. It's a very polite ransom note.
On my shoes to prove it.
Red Jack is a merciless being who feeds on the suffering of others. I cannot do this alone.
I'm on the fence, and that's your sales.
He lives in an extra-dimensional palace.
Of course he does.
Down into If we get separated,
Why would we get separated?
we won't.
I do like this though, that there's like, they actually have missions each episode.
Oh, God damn it.
Because last season was like, you know, obviously this character stuff, but at least so far, these little missions each episode, they're pretty cool. I don't know.
He actually had the nerve to tell me, not to swear in front of his daughter. Can you believe that shit?
I can hardly believe it.
After he fucked my life in the asshole, and Clara's, what about my little...
I do like this new like relationship that Cliff and Jane are having after what happened last season. But Jane could also kind of be using him to get somewhere. She just seems out of it.
Out, all's forgiven, and her happiness is okay.
I don't know if she's actually asleep or if one of the personalities are taking over or she's faking it.
Jane. Thank you for coming.
You D-holes yanked me down here,
Well, they did pull her in.
so what gives?
Ooh, intervention time.
Is this a fucking intervention?
Yeah. Even Jack Straw is there.
For real? Why didn't I get it?
Because I'm the one who sent it.
Damn.
And you left me off?
She's trying to have some quality time with you, Vic. Come on. Yep. I was gonna say, Vic, you're a super smart, advanced robot, and you can't read the signs. It's a cool apartment. I like this, like, greenhouse-ish effect of this roof.
We barely know each other. No,
Oh? I am curious how that works. Like, how much of his body, you know, is... You know. Grid is, like, trying to process all this information.
You're beautiful. What about that?
I mean, in a way, this is kind of what Vic needed. Just, like, experience life outside the house. Cooped up with all these old people in there. What the fuck? I guess, yeah, he feeds off of people's suffering, is what the chief said. Oh, he has them hooked in there. Ow! Owie! What the fuck?
No, okay.
I feel like those are being pulled off by someone. They're not just falling off naturally.
Really, Niles.
Come on in, Larry.
There's a lot of attractive people in the show. Larry, Rita, Cliff's got some good looks too. That'll be hitting, you know.
There we are. Now, I'm sorry, but
Jane's still, you know, top notch for me.
So,
My room?
just upstairs.
Like, I was gonna say, Larry's been like at this point he was just tortured and stuff like that, like tested on.
Every detail. Sunlight is very important for one's mood, you know.
Like, to be fair, the chief was caring, but he did put these people in these positions.
Those will contain the radiation.
That's nice.
You'll never have to wear that lousy...
I mean, they look comfortable, the bandages at least.
This is your home too. You should feel comfortable here.
He always comes home. Always.
Her friends creep me out. The tarantula I'm whatever about. Darling is the one that freaks me out.
Indeed.
Candlemaker is pretty wild too.
Now,
We did call him Candleman. I think I'm gonna stick with Candleman.
Hide and go seek it is. One banana, two banana.
But yeah, I've learned a little bit about Dorothy Spinner, and she's got some wild friends.
Your face is an intervention.
Everyone's here because they care about you, Jay, and would like to express their...
I just love seeing the other personalities, and just seeing how they live. Like, God, like they're obviously their own. They're their own people, you know.
My most favorite things to do are run and sing.
Fucking baby doll.
Jane, I made my peace with your reckless skin and hair care.
Fucking Karen. What was it, Karen? Right?
But what I'm Mondo uncool with.
Mondo uncool. God, I loved Crazy Jane so much. Just her as a character. So amazing.
You're not a coward. You know who is? Niles shitting Calder. That's who.
This man really drove all the way down to Florida.
Okay. See, me some batshit crazy scientist caused our car crash so he could stick my brain in this piece of shit body. He told me you were dead all this time. Then I found out you weren't. Now here
That's a
I am.
lot to dump on her.
Okay,
Like,
we good? Or oh shit! Happy belated birthday.
she pregnant? Yeah, she is.
I'm gonna be a grandpa.
Damn.
This is amazing.
She's gonna reject him and it's gonna hit Cliff hard.
This is really not a good time.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
In a house full of people.
I just drove 1,000 miles to see you in.
So, am I the first person?
Girl, please. I know you ain't trying to say this is my first time.
Okay, relax. Don Juan.
Damn.
I bounced.
I'm sure it's not easy to.
I'm glad I didn't repeat that mistake.
It's not easy to kind of just put it out there. Don't fall in love, Vic. That was a one-time thing.
This was fun.
Fine.
He's getting feelings.
That'll change. It always does.
I'm not like other guys.
Oh, the worst line you could say, Vic.
They got a cheesesteak that'll make you feel way better things than I can.
That's a low bar.
Damn.
One shot, that's all I'm asking.
That's fucked up.
See you at 8.
I mean, I get it, Vic, but you don't really know that girl.
You decided to remain in the house with toxic people. I haven't felt safe enough to do my drilling or my billing. And
Driller Bill.
Think about how your decisions affect the rest of us.
Jane's just gonna give this up. She doesn't want to be primary anymore, and they're putting all this on her, you know?
Driller Bill.
Of course I'm gonna fucking help them.
Bailed as soon as I found out what the chief did to us.
Yeah, they don't live in the real world. It's hard.
But I know deep down they all care about me.
Hey, I care about you.
Even the chief.
Until he betrays us again.
Just fuck this pity party!
God damn it, Niles. You said we wouldn't get separated.
On one hand, like, Jane should stop doing these drugs, but at the same time, I understand, like, with all that stuff happening in your head constantly, I what are you gonna do? I really want to see how this turn goes. Oh my god. I was just gonna say, I want to see how the rest of Red Jack's house is if he feeds off suffering. Like, what he does. He just tortures people. Oh! Oh! Jesus. I mean, I like him. He looks already cool.
You accepted my invitation.
I like his whole style.
Where's Larry? Pain of loneliness has become somewhat of a bland portage of my daily consumption. What I long for now is an equal. Someone who revels in harvesting the agony of others as much as I.
I mean, it makes sense. The chief kind of does do that.
And you, my singular apprentice.
Decades.
Oh yes, Dr. Calder. Eternal life.
That's what the chief wants. I think he knows that's what the chief wants too. You gonna punch it? Oh! Jesus, that was a clean cut too. No blood on the fork.
Absolutely wondrous in that little boy from the alley.
Was that before or after you murdered an innocent?
I think he saw he wasn't afraid.
That's it. When you came upon that horrific.
He wasn't afraid.
You did not run.
Exactly.
No, you weren't afraid. You were fascinated. Tell me, when you ruined the lives of that pathetic pack of simpletons, what did the pain taste like?
Dr. Soulless.
If this is gonna help him save Dorothy, he's probably gonna do it.
Be my charge.
I like him.
You will be my shadow.
God, Larry, that you want to talk about suffering? This is some suffering.
I'm sorry, please stop.
Every time he moves, I get a little tingle.
Come in.
I said this last episode, but I'm glad we are still getting a little bit more stuff that happened in the past with everyone. I mean, there's like 70 years of history there with these people.
If Niles says it's safe for you to walk around like this, then you have to trust him.
Are we gonna see when Larry got super into his cooking?
Yeah, your performances, they always had so much depth. You were more than just a pretty face with a perfect smile.
I guess it makes sense why they got along so well in
Something
season 1.
underneath all that.
Like, over the years.
Pain. It was quiet, and it was buried.
Damn, Larry.
When my condition flares up.
Your condition?
Excuse me.
Came on a little strong there, Larry. She called the cops on him? And like, again, Cliff,
What the fucking fuck is this?
he's a little too strong.
Step away from the boss.
Fuck you! It's my fucking spot!
Jane is KO'd.
Fucking robot.
I mean, it is his fucking bus.
Hey, you know what?
Message received. Don't fucking tell me how to do my job.
You seem to possess a very clear understanding of your mandate within our little ecosystem.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
Jane,
it's important that you articulate.
if Jane knows like she's the primary, and it's a lot of weight to carry. You're carrying 64 personalities.
I'm the fucking one. The fucking primary, not you. Not any of those other stumble fucks.
Some of these personalities have never even been to the surface.
If you'd like to continue to be the one, as you put it, then I suggest you step off that bus and never return to that house.
You're giving me an ultimatum.
I don't like that word. Think of it as a performance.
Damn, they're really gonna hold her on this shit.
All right? Is that what you fucking want to hear? That's not true.
There is no half measure here, Jane.
Are they gonna lock her up like Miranda?
Leave Niles, or lose your post as primary.
Damn. I mean, to be fair, Jane doesn't really want to do it anymore. I can't wait till we start seeing more of... The same way I was last season with Jane's personalities, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Dorothy's imaginary friends. Fucking Danny.
Nice try.
I love Danny so much. They're amazing.
You can't fool me.
God, fucking Herschel, dude. Is... No! Oh, shit. I'm gonna assume Danny's okay, but fuck.
Burdened with light weight of
Did he put him like in a robot suit too? This is the screen that Cliff had last season.
ourselves complain. Do you know what it is to see with dull eyes?
What is this?
Suffering.
To touch with dead hands. Abject hopelessness with subtle hints of...
Oh, he has him. Oh, he has him feeling some type of way, dude. What is he doing to him? Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh, what? What is happening? Oh my god.
Let's be lost causes together.
I really do like their friendship. They're like, they get along really well. When they had the little apartment together. God, dude. Fight it, Rita.
Under my care.
So does he turn all these people into butterflies? Like that's all those butterflies that are working for him?
Rita, no! No, get out!
I won't leave you!
Please, God, Rita, just don't do this!
Oh, that radiation.
Rita, let's go.
I guess I'm still just that boy.
What is happening? Oh!
Roaring hurricane of wings.
Oof. He loves it. What's that word for people that are into that? Like masochist or something? Sadist? I don't know. Some weird shit. So, were they not actually affected by it? Was it just like the illusion that he was creating?
Oh my god.
Are these all his...
Yeah, those are all people. Yeah, I don't know if they were actually seeing that illusion. Maybe they, yeah, maybe they were.
Oh, hey, Dad. I missed you. I can't believe you're still alive all this time.
The cops are just watching this robot on top of the bus, dude.
Bear. It's not fair, Jane.
Is she gonna walk away?
I know I wasn't a perfect dad, but I did the
I think
best
she
could.
is.
Shit. I completely fucked up, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, dude.
She's so short.
We both did.
Is Jane gonna walk away?
You're coming?
Oh, she isn't leaving. Interesting. Okay. I'm sure Danny's come back from worse.
Look what I did.
I'm telling you, man. Dorothy's too pure, but she has all this crazy shit happening.
What if I can't?
I like how they just casually came back from Red Jack's place, too. They're like, hey, I'm here. Email. Subject, better you know now. Let's see. Voluntary manslaughter. Okay, so she was some crazy military militia. I don't think he's rejecting it. I think he probably just assumes he was stood up already.
That's the problem.
What do you mean?
Everywhere I go, everything I do, anyone I get close to, it always ends.
Larry, you've been around this place for like 50, 60 years. Come on.
I'm a lost cause.
We lost causes together.
I thought I was too once, but then I met you.
I was just gonna say he should give her a hug. Like I feel like that was a good time for a hug. They needed that. What's going on here? What are we writing? Robot Man 2.0? Excuse me, sir? I don't think that worked out the first time. Well, it worked out, but you know. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what direction Jane's gonna take. Like, I want to know. Yeah, she's back down there. I want to know, or she might be asleep. I want to know what's. Did they lock her up?
Hey.
Oh shit, they did. Who's gonna be on the surface? Fuck. Who's gonna be on the surface? Damn. Well, that was another episode. So I said this last episode, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna start writing stuff down, right? To remember stuff. I don't write anything. Okay. So that was a really good episode. There wasn't anything that was like crazy, huge action stuff like the last couple episodes. But this was really good. It showed a lot of, I don't know if this is the right word to use. I'm not smart with my vocabulary, but it showed a lot of the psyche of some of these characters. I am really interested to know kind of specifically how Red Jack's powers work. Like, because Rita was getting hit with that radiation, but was she actually, or was that just an illusion that Red Jack was creating to feed off the suffering? You know what I mean? He was turning them into butterflies, so I am curious, like, to know how his powers work. But that whole stuff with him, like, just Red Jack and his house and everything, that was really, really cool. I really like that. Cliff, of course, still dealing with everything with his daughter, and I mentioned this, but I am really, like, I do like where Cliff and Jane's relationship has gone since last season and how that's evolved. I do think they've been getting closer, but obviously now with Jane being locked up, now it's like, who's going to be the primary and what's going to happen, how are you going to get Jane out and stuff like that. That'll be really interesting to see. Dorothy, she's running around the house, you know, being a little girl. I do want to see kind of more of her imaginary friends. Like I said, this was kind of like what we saw last year with Jane. We're seeing this now with Dorothy, and maybe there'll be some big crazy fight where like Jane's switching personalities and like Dorothy has her imaginary friends and they're switching and swapping and they're fighting each other. That'd be cool to see. The stuff with Larry, I say this all the time, but Larry's my guy, and he did have a lot of closure last season with John, but this season it's looking to be like, I don't think, at least I hope, not that I have a huge problem with it, but I hope that they don't make this entire season him trying to like work past stuff with his family. It seems to be like a lot of these characters, they've made a lot of strides, and they continue to make those strides to become better people. I feel like right now Rita is probably the one who's like as close to be accepting of herself out of all of them. Cliff is still dealing with his stuff with his daughter. Larry, of course, having his issues. Vic, which we'll talk about in a second. And Jane, obviously, that's a whole kind of crazy stuff right now. A crazy Jane. But yeah, it's just, I feel like Rita's the only one who's kind of like, you know what? This is who I am. I'm accepting. I'm going to move on from it. But yeah, all this stuff with Vic, man, he's out. I'm really glad that he's separate from the team right now. And he kind of just growing in his own, because out of all of them, Victor, he was a superhero. He wasn't a bad person. Not to say the rest of the team is a bad person, but they all did really shitty stuff. Victor was just a kid that got into an accident. Well, we know how that worked out, but he got into an accident, and this stuff kind of what happened to him and was thrown on him. So he's basically learning to be a human, and having these experiences with the girl and everything like that. So it's interesting to see how I say that a lot. It's interesting to see, but it is interesting. It will be interesting to see kind of where that thread goes. But yeah, I really like this episode in terms of just like the characters and their growth. Although there's still some unresolved stuff. Obviously, there was a lot of growth here for a lot of these characters. But Jane, I'm really, really curious about, see what happens. But that was episode 3. That was the last one for this week. Next week, they go back to just 1 episode a week. But yeah, if you guys have any information that you know about Red Jack, I see little information here and there about certain characters. I try not to look them up if they're a character I don't know, just so I can kind of learn about them in the show. But if you guys have information about how his powers work specifically, or what your theories are on how his powers worked in that situation where Rita was trying to save Larry and stuff like that, let me know in the comments. I read everything and I respond to you guys. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you next week with episode 4.